Starting a new business is always super exciting, but as you get things off the ground, one of the big questions you need to answer is, where are you going to hold and manage all that money you're going to make? Every business owner needs a dedicated platform where they can keep their cash and manage their business finances apart from their personal finances. It's not just a good way to stay organized, this is a vital component of keeping your business finances separate from your personal finances. So where should you open your business bank account? You could do what I did. I just went to the same place where I had my personal bank account and set it up there, but I found out pretty quickly that most banks, including the bank that I used, and including many of the biggest, most well-known banks in the country, do a terrible job at providing a convenient, low-cost money management platform with a mobile app that's actually easy to use. And if you do find a bank that does this well and has a good mobile app and online platform, there's a good chance they're also going to nickel and dime you at every turn and give you all kinds of grief every time you want to open a new account to keep your money organized each month. But if you want one that doesn't charge monthly fees or have any minimum balance requirements and is a joy to use, that can be a little bit harder to find. That is, unless you know about Relay. Relay is a no-fee business banking money management platform that helps small businesses take control of their cash flow and get crystal clear on what they're earning, spending, and saving. And Relay actually isn't a bank per se, it's a banking platform with a huge bank behind it. The bank behind Relay is Thread Bank, and that bank, where your money's actually going to be sitting, is FDIC insured. It's just that Relay is the platform where you manage how to move around your money and where it's all going to sit. And Relay can be used to handle pretty much all of your business banking needs with a few small exceptions, and we'll get to that in just a minute. In this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about Relay so you can make your own decision about whether this outfit is the right fit for you. And this isn't an endorsement or a recommendation of Relay, just take this as an overview of the relevant things you need to know in order to decide whether you want to open up an account here or keep looking elsewhere. So Relay is built for startups. It operates completely online and there are no physical branches anywhere. So in order to open up your account and get started, you can do everything from your computer or even from your phone. Relay has done an amazing job at making their entire platform very easy to use and understand. And I actually opened up an account with them and recorded an entire video about it. And if you want to check that out, you can see what I mean. This is the most self-explanatory money management platform out there. So Relay allows you to open up to 20 checking accounts and 2 savings accounts. And setting up these new accounts is extremely easy. Like, I'm talking a matter of seconds you can open up a new one. So for example, if you own multiple properties in one LLC, it would be super easy to open up one new account for each property. Whereas a lot of banks I've worked with in the past, it's kind of a hassle to set up these new accounts. You got to fill out a bunch of paperwork and then go physically visit the office. It's a huge pain for such a small thing, but Relay makes it really, really easy. And if you're into profit first, this is perfect for that. In fact, Relay is the official banking partner for Profit First, and the automations are super easy too. Every week you can do a percentage allocation to different bank accounts. If you're familiar with how hard other banks make this, you will love how Relay works and how easy they make this. And something unique about Relay is that it was originally created for accountants and bookkeepers, so they're intimately familiar with a lot of the issues that accountants and bookkeepers have to deal with, this kind of software they use, the needs that they have, and it was built to address those needs. It integrates directly with most of the major accounting software out there like QuickBooks and Xero, and Relay bank accounts also integrate very easily with Stripe, Gusto, PayPal, Plaid, and other similar platforms. And if you've worked with other banks in the past who charge you fees for every little thing and force you to keep a minimum balance in your account, you can forget all of that. Relay doesn't have any minimum balance requirements and they don't charge you all these annoying fees. So before I decided to open up an account with Relay, I spent some time looking into this company to figure out what they're all about, what they have to offer, and also to try to dig up anything about the company that people don't necessarily appreciate. I'm not here to just regurgitate a bunch of Relay's marketing material. I want you to actually see the full picture and know what you're signing up for if you decide to work with them. So from what I've seen firsthand, Relay has a lot of great things to offer, but there's some potential downsides you should know about too. When you sign up at first, they're going to have some transfer limits applied to your account, limiting how much you can send and receive each day. And this is a pretty common thing I've seen with other online banking platforms like this. I think the idea is to safeguard against any bad players who are trying to run shady businesses and use Relay to do it. But also keep in mind, you aren't stuck with these limits forever. You can always request an increase and they'll most likely give it to you. And these limits are nothing crazy. I mean, you can still send and receive many thousands per day. It's not like they're going to limit you to $10 or something like that. One thing that I'm happy to report is that Relay does offer customer service by phone, in addition to email support. Their support team is located in Canada with its headquarters in Toronto. And even though it's headquartered in Canada, it's not a Canadian bank. All their banking partners are only in the US, which I thought was kind of interesting. Now, with an online platform like Relay, one of the drawbacks is that it can be a little bit harder to work with cash. Say if you run a cash business like a restaurant or a convenience store, because without any physical branches nearby, it's not as convenient to take that cash and deposit it or withdraw it from your bank account. But Relay is actually a little bit different in this regard, because even though they don't have any physical branches anywhere, you can withdraw cash from your account from any Allpoint ATMs in their ATM network, and you can even deposit cash at their Allpoint Plus ATMs. And when I first learned about this, I was like, great, is this some ATM I'm gonna have to drive 100 miles to get to? But when I looked at their nationwide network of ATM locations, I was surprised to see that there's actually a lot of them out there, and they're not that far from me. Chances are, if you live in any kind of a metropolitan area, they're not that far from you either. Now, if you're a foreigner or a non-US citizen, how easy or difficult is it to set up an account with Relay? Well, if you've ever tried to open up a US bank account and you're not a US citizen, and especially if you don't live here, you probably know how difficult it can be. Most banks are going to require a social security number, and you'll have to physically visit a branch location, and it might not be that convenient for you to run a quick errand to the other side of the world to get this done. Luckily, Relay is one of the few online banking platforms that allows you to get this job done without going through all these unnecessary steps. You don't need a social security number, but you will need a US registered business entity, and if you've got that, you can register in about 10 minutes. Be sure to check out the other video I made where I recorded myself setting up my own bank account, and you'll see what I mean. It's pretty easy. Now, you might wonder what other customers are saying about Relay. Is this a well-reviewed bank? Do people like it? Does it have a lot of customers? How long has it been around? Is it trustworthy? Let's get into all that. So Relay has been around since 2018, so this isn't a company that just opened up shop yesterday, but they're also not quite as established or well-known as banks like Wells Fargo or Bank of America or Capital One. In my research, I couldn't really find any negative reviews about Relay. There are a few people in our community who use it, and I've always heard great things about it from them. But just doing a general search on the internet, I couldn't find a whole lot of people who were complaining about it. That doesn't mean there are no complainers out there. It just means that they haven't been that loud about it on the internet yet, if they exist anywhere. And on that whole note of Relay not being a bank, if you're looking for banking products like commercial loans or home mortgages or home equity lines of credit and that kind of thing, Relay doesn't offer that currently. So just be aware that if that's ultimately what you're looking for right now, you'll probably want to go with a more traditional local bank near you. And are there any special promotions going on right now with Relay? Actually, yeah, there are. If you click through the REtipster affiliate link and open an account and deposit at least $100 into your new account, Relay will just give you an extra $50 for free. I mean, if you're going to do it anyway, you might as well go through our link and get some free money, right? That just about wraps it up for all the things I think you should know about Relay. Again, if you want to help support the REtipster community, please click through our affiliate link. That's retipster.com/relay. And if there are any free promotions going on when you do it, you might even get some free money out of the deal. Thanks again for watching. I'll talk to you next time.